See, I gotta tell you, when $250,000 or 250,000, ever how you want to put it, it winds up the same amount of people are dead from a dirty nuke, small neutron, or ever how they want to play the game. It's going to demoralize a lot of people. It's going to demoralize a lot of you John Wayne patriots that think you got it all together and don't. I would invite you to go back and rethink your plan, because all that Rambo crap's going to get you killed. It's not up to you to fire the first shot. It's not up to you to fire the second shot. It's not up to you to go out there and think you're going to take out somebody. Well, that's the stupidest thing you can ever do, because you give everybody else a bad name when you do that. But I want to get back to this little neat deal, this baby that's coming out of the crib. When Daddy thinks she's able to walk and do her thing. PE 239 weighs 10.5 kilograms and 10.1 centimeters across. It doesn't take much more than a single critical mass to cause significant explosions from 10 to 20 tons. They could be big as 2 foot lockers. Warhead of a suitcase nuke or a suitcase bomb consists of a tube with uranium rammed together. It would cause that blast. Firing a unit device is it'd be needed to decode, cause detonation. There are other portable weapons out there, backpack bombs. There's going to be external radiation that others that are not literally consumed by it and turned to dust. There'll be external radiation you'll have to deal with. Whether part or all the body is exposed from external source. Say you're near the site, but you're not blown to pieces by it, but you're exposed to the radiation, and it begins to get absorbed in your body. Your body begins to break down. Immune system begins to shut down. You begin to be of no use for nobody or nothing except a casket. See, end time don't play games, I told you. I mean, I could sit around and only say Jesus loves you, get saved, and that's it. And you know, I want to tell you something. There are people out there that should do that. But then people that's doing that, they need to get off my back about the calling I've been chosen to. I didn't ask for it, but I've got it. And you understand yours, and I understand mine. I've not retaliated against you like I should as a fleshly human being, but I'm trying to use the sermon of God and let you know and understand that some of you have one purpose, but I've got another. But you need to quit attacking God's called people, is what you need to do. Now let's move on. What about the contamination factor? What about it? Well, it occurs when radioactive materials in the forms of solids, liquids, gases are released into the air and contaminate people externally and internally. It happens when the body parts such as the skin become contaminated. Harmful material gets inside the body via the lungs, the gut, or maybe a wound you might have. Then it begins to eat at you like a cancer. When cancer slowly comes upon you, but this comes upon you fast. It begins to eat you up. I'm trying to get God to hold me back, that I can make clear what I'm trying to say tonight. I know you don't think it's coming. I know you think I'm an idiot. But I'm going to tell you something. there will be burning snowflakes. You will see the son of the night, S-U-N. And the strange thing about it is, it refers to evil. The chatter, the things that are going out, it don't refer to good. It don't refer to God, but it refers to the amount of evil that's allowed to be unleashed. I told you the gates of hell have been opened up. Now, you can discount end time all you want. But I'm telling you what's coming down the pipeline. And it ain't good. You better see yourself in a big city. And you better see yourself already right with God before some of this takes place. Am I trying to scare you salvation? No, I'm not. I'm trying to tell you what is coming. But I'm also trying to tell you this. If I could leave a certain city, I'd leave. If I was you. Safest place you can be right now is about 35 to 40 miles away from a base. A military base. Because they'll pull that perimeter. And they're not going to hit their own. It ain't going to happen. You can talk this Russia war and Russian nukes and all these people have these videos 90 miles off the coast and close to Cuba, they're going to attack us. No, that ain't the way it's going to play out. See, people in the immediate vicinity of a critical incident where the baby got loose out of the crib and Daddy wanted to see the sitter to let the baby out of the crib. They'll probably die, a lot of them will, maybe 250,000, from the force of the explosion itself. Then there'll be others on a wider range or a broader scope will die from the radiation. Then there'll be the people that die weeks after that from the poison of it. And then there'll be people far away that'll die, they'll literally be sick, where they're no good from the sickness of the radiation, that the jet stream and all carries it. And then there'll be people in 6 months that will contract cancer. At the time, they won't think, because they were so far away, they think, well, it didn't hit me. There's going to be people contract cancer from it just from the wind blowing it, because it attached itself in mighty micro-managed particles. And attached itself, it got through a wound, got in the body, it began to be a pathogen, and it literally started feeding. And it growed and growed, and you didn't know it till it was too late. And all the things I've told you tonight on these videos will not come from Al-Qaeda. They won't come from that boogeyman terrorist. But they're homegrown. I just thought you might like to know that. End Time Watchman. No games, no fear here. Straight out in your face, truth that you should see yourself in wildfires and critical incidents, and maybe the baby coming out of the crib. Maybe the daddy tells the babysitter it's time to let the baby out of the crib. God have mercy when that baby gets loose. I'm gone.